Everybody on this planet and this flesh has weaknesses, right? And what you want to do is, when you realize what these weaknesses are, you got to build up defenses for these weaknesses. You got to try to do whatever you can to get these weaknesses stronger. Pray for more power in that area, right? Let's imagine anger is your thing. Maybe take an anger management class, or look up YouTube videos for anger management and how to do things to help your anger, right? But whatever your weakness is, you gotta first and foremost pray to the Lord to help you in the area, and secondly, you try to find ways to help yourself in that area, right? Try to find ways. Like me personally, like anger is one of my things, right? I don't really have problem with I don't have a problem with women enticement. I don't have a problem with drugs. I don't have a problem with it's a lot of things that I don't have a problem with, but the anger thing sometimes is my thing, right? And that's the one thing I try my best to work on, and I'm narrowing it down to certain aspects of where I do get angry, and I'm trying to build ways up, build tolerances up, build roadblocks in the way so I don't reach that point, right? Because every time I come out of the spirit, if I get angry, like in the moment, I'm like gone in the sense of I don't feel much, right? But afterwards, I'm looking back on it and I feel ashamed. Like I'll let the Father down, right? It's not a good feeling, right? Whenever you mess up, you shouldn't feel good about it. You should feel bad, like dang, I messed up. And you should want to do better. You should try to set things up to not get back in that situation. I was talking to the other brother, Yataz Zakar in Atlanta, right? And he was what did he say? He said sometimes he'll get in situations and he'll peep the setup, right? And sometimes he'll see the setup coming and he'll go the other way. Or sometimes he'll see the setup coming, he falls for the okie doke, right? Satan over here sitting on a 3-point line like Kobe, trying to get you to pump faking. He over here pump fake. He wanted to get you to jump. So as soon as you jump, he leaning right into you, shooting it. He gonna make the 3, and he gonna shoot that foul shot, and he gonna make that 2, right? But his whole thing is he want to get you to jump first so he can get that penalty on you. But you want to try your best not to get that penalty, right? That's why scriptures say, resist the devil and he will flee, right? So, if I'm not mistaken, resist means to fight or to oppose, a opposition. A force is coming against you. To fight that force, right? To fight that force that's coming against you. Rise up against a certain force coming against you, right? But here's the thing with the fighting against. How do we fight the devil? We fight the devil with love. That's the only way to beat him, right? If you fight him in the flesh, he won, right? Like a person walk down the street, they smack you across the face, you retaliate with a smack back. That's revenge, right? You just messed up now. You just messed up. That's revenge. We can't take vengeance. You can read about that in Romans the 12th chapter, but we can't take vengeance. As soon as you do that, you lost. Satan has already won. Satan's won. Now, somebody do that to you, and you forgive that person, you pray for that person, you let it slide, you've won, right? Now you get points into your bank account, right? And we see examples with that with King David. Well, David, when he's going up against King Saul. We see examples of that when Stephen was getting stoned to death. When Yahushua was about to be crucified, right? We see examples of that, right? Of people taking L's and having mercy upon the same people who are coming against them, right? That's how we resist the devil. That's how we fight the devil. We fight him with love. That's the only way to win. You can't beat him no other way, right? If you meet him with fleshly things like anger, malice, envy, jealousy, if you meet Satan with that, you gonna end up in a worse situation that you've been in, right? You just lost, period. It's not going to be good. But this is Matthew 15:8. This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, right? So their hearts, so you're gonna have people who talk a good game, but when it comes to their minds, they're gonna be far from the Lord, right? And the only way to have your mind towards the Lord or for the Lord is through love, right? And a lot of people don't want to love, not in 100% form, right? Because part of love is being disrespected and not retaliating. Part of love is being a bigger man, right? Part of love is having forgiveness, mercy, and compassion upon everybody, no matter what, right? A lot of people talk a good game, but when it comes actually down to them performing, right, they not with it. They not with it, and it is hard, right? It is hard, but we're talking about the kingdom, right? If what Yahweh Shah did was so easy, it wouldn't be special, right? If it was so easy, most people wouldn't die. That's why scriptures say that there's many people who are going to go down that broad path, but that narrow path is the hard path. That narrow path is the path that nobody wants to take, right? That's the hardest path out there. That's the hardest path out there. That narrow path, the one where you gotta show love as much as you can, right, to everybody. And a lot of guys will try to half-ass it and be like, you know what? I'm gonna love the people who love me. You already lost, right? You checked out. That's not the rules, right? You can't make your own rules. The rules is love everybody, no matter what. That's the rules, right? You can't say, oh, I'm gonna love the person who loved me. No, you just violated and you lost, right? The only way to get out of here is to love everybody, right? No matter what. They do good for you, love them back. They do bad to you, love them back. Period. That's the only way to get out of here. There's no other way out of here. None. Because that's love is Yahweh Shah. And he is the way. And that is the way. So it says, Matthew 15 and verse 9. But in vain they do worship me, right? So vain is for nothing, right? And for nothing, you got people who worshiping Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua right now for nothing, right? Because they doing, when you read Romans chapter, no, 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, you got Paul talking about how you can love, you can die for the Lord, but if you don't have love, it's for nothing. You can know every language, but if you don't love, it's for nothing. You can know every breakdown, but if you don't love, it's for nothing, right? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't love, it's for nothing. Because you can have the knowledge of love, but if you don't execute it, it's nothing. It's nothing. Now, because you need the wisdom and the understanding. Now, the wisdom is knowing what evil is, right? Knowing what evil is and knowing what good is. Now, understanding is knowing how to deal with evil, knowing how to execute love, right? The wisdom is knowing love, knowing evil, knowing right, and knowing wrong. Now, the understanding comes with knowing how to execute it, right? Because you can know something all you want, but if you can't execute it, it's for nothing, right? It's for nothing. Imagine if somebody had a car, if they had every single piece to a car, right? Every single piece, right? They know what every single piece of the car is made. They know what every single piece of the car does, right? They know every part of the car does. But if you don't know the schematics of it, it's not going to be right. It's not going to be right. That's why cars have instructions, right? You got some cars that got the gas tank on the left. You got some that got the gas tank on the right. You got some that got the gas tank in the front of the car. Some in the back of the car, right? So you can understand how it works, right? But if you don't have the schematics, it's going to be problems. So you can have the wisdom, but if you have understanding, you're going to have problems.